Hello and welcome to today's session, today's fast hips. So let's get cracking. Hands under your shoulders. We're going to take small circles in our tabletop position. Don't think about it too much. We're going to make those circles bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then make them smaller again. You'll forget which way you're going, that's fine, don't worry. And then find some stillness, tailbone to the sky, chest comes forward. We're going to take a breath in here. You're going to tuck your tailbone under and then lift it back up. Just the tailbone. Tailbone under and lift it back up. Tailbone under, squeeze both butt cheeks. When you get here, press the ground away, but don't let your upper back round. So keeping this movement just in the lower body. You might find that one leg wants to squeeze more than the other. See if you can shift your weight, like we do when we're doing our find your feet. We're going to shift our weight, just taking small movements so that we find even weight through both knees. I'm not worried about the tops of your feet just now. You can relax through your feet if you can, but keeping those butt cheeks squeezed. We're going to find a place where we feel like we are in the middle. Please note, it will feel like you are going to your dominant side. This is normal, don't worry about it. We're going to keep squeezing those butt cheeks, keep squeezing them. Now keep that squeeze as we lift the tailbone up towards the sky. This should be a really small movement. You should get a big stretch at the back of your hamstring connector, the bit where your bum meets your back of your leg. Then we're going to tuck tailbone under. Now you should be able to squeeze a bit more. One butt cheek is likely to feel yuckier than the other. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Remembering this is a small movement, don't lose those butt cheeks. Everything in your lower body should be shaking. Then we're going to tuck under, round, 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 round. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Yes, this is awful, but you should feel now, as we lift our tailbone up towards the sky for the last one, everything's shaking, everything's shaking. You should feel a bit more even through your body, and you should feel like you're able to squeeze a little bit more. We're going to relax the butt cheeks, let that spine go, let that belly button go towards the floor, and then rounding through the spine, let's just take a full cat-cow. Angry cat, press the ground away, nose to belly button, chin to chest. Inhale, tailbone goes up towards the sky. We roll the shoulders back and down and we find our cow pose. Takes a movement into the shoulders. Okay, so you will not remember which way you went when you did your circles the other way. So, whichever way you want to go, which for me is usually towards the left, go the other way. It should feel weird, and that's what we want. So we're starting with small circles to begin with. I like to imagine that I've got a helicopter tail, just for fun. And we're going to keep that circle going. It's a good thing I amuse myself, isn't it? Round, 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 round. Make them smaller again. See if anything went clonk. Then find some stillness. You're going to take your right leg. You're going to plant it about halfway down your calf. So your knee is about halfway down your calf. You might feel like you're getting a stretch into this hip already. That's good. We're going to add to that if you can. Now, I do not want to see this. So, your hip might come down towards the ground. If it does, you're going to stay here. Otherwise, we're going to place our elbow coming into a funky position. I love a funky position. And just holding this for a couple of breaths. So you should feel a really intense stretch. Maybe not as much as you would feel in a pigeon pose, but an intense stretch nevertheless on that outer hip. See if you can lift your right hip up towards the sky. And now see if you can plant through that back knee without losing your hip. So nice firm pressure through the back knee, and then let the chest come through. From here we're just going to round the spine. You're going to tuck your tailbone, keeping the hips level. So if your hips start to drop out towards the right side, we're coming back here. Otherwise, we're going to take this cat-cow movement, very small movement, into your hip while we are here. Keep the back knee down. So if the back knee starts to lift, again, we're going to come back onto this hand. Keep that going. Keep that going. Coming back to centre. We're going to take just a small movement into this hip by hiking this leg up. You're going to take the leg out to the side. You're going to drop it back down. You're going to tap your knee to the ground. Relax the hip. Hike your hip up. Take it out to the side. Drop it back down. Tap. Up. Out. If you can, we're going to straighten that leg, and we're going to see if we can lean as much weight into the right hand as we have in our left hand. You're going to tap the foot to the ground, and you're going to lift it back up. Tap the foot to the ground, lift it back up. Tap the foot to the ground, send it all the way back to the back of your mat. If it's there for you, we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to send our leg back and find three-leg dog. The standing leg, your left leg, is bent. So I'm not straightening it all the way out. We haven't warmed up our hamstrings enough for that yet. So we're just keeping that knee bent. Then we're going to move through these knee to chest positions. So coming forward and then sending it back. Coming forward and sending it back. Come forward, plant the foot outside the hand, drop the back knee, untuck the toe, find your lizard position. Take a breath in your lizard. Then send your hips back so that we can keep the toe down. The knee becomes as straight as you can make it. We're going to take the chest forward, and then we're going to take everything back. Take the chest forward. This time as we come back, we're finding our wide leg hamstring stretch as we lengthen that chest forward. Hold here, drive that heel, the front heel, down into the ground as much as you can. Lengthen through the chest. Exhale, come back to centre. Tuck the back toes. Let the right foot join the left. Hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog, just see how you're feeling. Let your head be nice and heavy. Then we're going to float the body forward. You're going to drop both knees to the ground, and we're going to the other side. So your left knee comes to about mid-calf on the right side. You can bring your hands a little bit further back if you want to. And now just check and see that your left hip has not tried to make friends with your mat. They're not friends at the moment. We want them to be equally distant from one another, both hips and your mat. Okay, so just see what you're feeling when you're here. If this stretch here is enough, that's it. You're going to stay here. If you suddenly notice that you squeezed your right butt cheek, or you squeezed everything on this side a lot, let it go. Whenever I come onto my right side, because my right side gets more tense than my left side for reasons, I feel like I'm clinging on for dear life. So we're just going to practice letting that go. And now I want you to, again, make sure that you've got even weight through both of your knees. And if you can, come into this funky position. Again, if your hip on the left side goes towards your knee, then we're going to come back to our hand. We're going to plant firmly through the left knee, the back one. So that we're making sure we've got good contact with the ground. We're going to take our cat-cow movements here. And again, I know I keep saying it, but it's really important. If your hip on the left side starts to drop, even if it starts to drop after 3 or 4 reps of just moving through this hip, you are coming back to your hand. Just notice what you're feeling. Let your body enjoy this stretch, she says. If it feels, right, I'm going to also offer something else, because I can't not talk whilst we're doing this. If it feels, I'm going to use the word weak. If it feels like there's something that doesn't feel strong, to use the opposite word that I just used, we're going to take a little bit of a circular movement and just see if, because it's probably a nerve entrapment issue, which is normal. If your foot goes to sleep, it's definitely that. Also hit me up in the comments and I can help you with that. It's a little bit more complicated than just fixing it now, but just know that that's normal. By normal, I mean normal for your body. And then we're going to find some stillness, and you're just going to relax. So if that weakness is still persisting, we're just going to relax into it, and you're going to hold until you feel like it doesn't feel that weird weakness anymore. You're going to bring both hands back to your mat. We're going to take this leg. You're going to, if you can, come onto your toes. Up and back for 3-leg dog. Now we're just going to move through this almost knee to nose, except it isn't. We're going to take 5 reps here. Just getting that movement into the hip. Then we're going to send that up and back. We're going to bring this knee back down towards the ground. We're going to do some hip hikes on this side. So your left knee is now hovering on the mat. You're going to hike that hip up, bring the leg out to the side, and then drop it down. Tap the mat with your knee. Hike it up, out, down, and tap. Notice how slowly I'm going up, out, down, and tap on this last one. If this is enough, you stay here. Otherwise, we're going to lengthen that leg out towards the side. You're going to tap the foot on the ground. You're going to lift it back up. You're going to tap. And you're going to lift. You're going to tap. And you're going to lift. You're going to tap. Send it all the way back. 3-leg dog. Plant the foot. Let's find a downward facing dog. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Then as we float forward, the left foot comes outside the left hand. We drop the back knee and untuck the toe. Chest comes forward. Exhale, hips back as we find that hamstring stretch. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, this time the toes go towards the sky. As we find our hamstring stretch, The chest is lifted. The butt cheeks are going back towards the back of the room. We're thinking about squaring through those hips so that we're not leaning our weight into this right hip. We're keeping everything nice and square, lengthening that chest forward, and then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Find an upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to chest, finding that rounding as we send everything back to your child's pose. 3 spinal rolls like this, just to free up the bottom part of your back and your top half of your back. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to come to our backs. You are going to bring your feet together. Knees are wide. We're going to take a few bridges in this position to further open up and strengthen through the hips. Hands plant onto the mat. We're going to think about pelvic floor. So, as we have done previously, 2 breaths of making friends with your pelvic floor, 1 breath for strength. Take a couple of pelvic tilts before we go. Understand in this position, finding that pelvic floor zip is more difficult, but it is not impossible. So, imagine that zip that runs from your tailbone underneath your body to your belly button. We're going to do that zip up. Know that there is a part, I don't need to tell you where it is, you'll know where it is, that will feel very difficult to do up in this position. That's okay. Press your big toes together. Maybe it feels easy or easier to find if you plant your tongue right to the roof of your mouth. There's a whole thing. Fascia runs from here to there, via here. It's all connected. So, on your inhale, do nothing. On your exhale, do that zip up. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, do that zip up. Find that bit that doesn't want to do up. Give it an extra big amount of effort and then let it go. This last one is your strength breath. So this time as we inhale, we're going to do that zip up, and I want you to notice the difference. Notice how it feels between your strength and your making friends breath. Your strength breath is going to allow you to lift yourself into this bridge position. And then from here, I want you to place your hands underneath your bum. We're going to let everything go. Bring your hands to your bum. Then we're going to lift back up. Let it go. Lift back up. Let it go. When I say lift back up, I mean do that zip up and lift. Last one here. Do the zip up and lift. Now, as you come down, we're going to plant the hands underneath your butt cheeks. We're going to walk our elbows underneath our shoulders, and we're going to find a fish position to finish our practice. So just let everything be heavy here for a breath. If you want to add a bit of something corey, the feet come off the ground. If you want to go really crazy, hands and feet come up off the ground. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, slow lower. If you're taking your elbows out, slow return back to your mat. Let everything relax. You can stay here for a delightful Shavasana, which I will let you lead yourselves. Or you can get on with your day. And remember that Shavasana is the most important part of practice. Please try and find time to do one at some point during today, if you can. What I will do is link just the Shavasana part in the comments below, so that you can return to it whenever you need to, because as I say, it is the hardest but most important part of your practice and the most overlooked. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me, and things that taste good and things that make you feel incredible. Until next time.